the day that we bit off a bit more than we could chew. We decided to do an 8.9-mile hike out and back to this 100-year-old lookout tower. As much beauty as there was around us, and the first part of our hike being extremely beautiful, it was straight incline all the way up the mountain. It was very difficult towards the end, and there was even snow on the top of the mountain, which I don't know why we didn't think about that, but my boyfriend was wearing sandals, so we weren't exactly able to make it all the way to the lookout tower. The views were absolutely beautiful, and honestly, this is the whole reason we were out here, is to see the mountains and explore the beauty for what it is. I was really sad that I couldn't make it all the way up to the lookout tower like I had anticipated and kept walking for hours to achieve, but with my boyfriend's feet feeling extremely cold from the snow, I knew that we couldn't keep going. This led me into needing an entire day of recovery. The day before this, I didn't even film because I seriously could not do anything. My legs and my body were so sore, but I was glad that we got to go to the grocery store on the day that I took a break because we were seriously starting to run out of food. I noticed how different I felt afterwards though. After the hike and after I'd given myself an adequate amount of rest, I felt a renewal of life within me. Working out and getting your heart rate up, getting physically active, moving through tension in my body and my brain was exactly what I needed after taking an entire month off of doing any sort of high intensity exercise. Don't get me wrong, it's been really nice to get all of this rest, all of this space after pushing my body so hard for so many years of being a group fitness instructor. But I'm grateful to be past that stage of my life and taking care of myself in a more grounded fashion. For my creamer recipe lately, I have been using this Tres Leches condensed milk, and it's honestly my favorite creamer base. And then instead of half and half, I've just been using regular milk because half and half is so much more expensive. So I figure, it does the same thing. Every single morning, I have a routine where I open the door to let the fresh air in, and I love my screen. I love RV life with how open it feels and how you can just breathe in that fresh mountain air whenever. I had to get the kitty city ready this morning because it was kind of collapsing in some areas, but I absolutely love this kitty city. It is so perfect for traveling because it's so easy to take apart and put back together. We've had this thing for almost an entire year and nothing has really broken. You can also get replacement pieces on Amazon. It was definitely worth the $100 because the kitties love it and it gives all four of them enough space to go outside and relax. And I can even just push them out here whenever I have to clean up stuff inside and they're just being a little too overwhelming for me. And I can put them in here and just leave them in here without being worried about them getting out or anything bad happening. I love our kitties, and if you don't know the story behind them, we actually have our mama kitty Nyla, and she had babies, and we decided to keep 3 of them, mostly because we couldn't find an owner for the third one that we kept, so now we just have 4 cats, but we love them all so much and would not trade it for the world. And it's honestly much easier to have all 4 of them in this space than I originally anticipated before even moving into our camper. Anyways, I'm gonna get on with the story that I have for you guys about the first time that Zane and I ever went on vacation away from home. We were only like 18 at the time and decided to go camping at a popular tourist destination, and we accidentally went on a 14-mile hike. Well, it wasn't accidentally, like I saw that it was 14 miles and for some reason in my brain I thought like, oh, we can do this, and we didn't even bring enough water or like anything. So we ended up going on this hike very unprepared, and we stopped so much at the first half of it, and it was a loop trail, by the way, for context. And as we kept walking down the trail and our feet kept hurting more and more and it kept getting darker, for some reason in our brain we thought that we would be wussies if we didn't complete the hike. This was a major lesson in pride for us because, oh boy, were we in for the long haul. We had hiked all day and we even started late. As we were hiking this loop trail, I noticed that we were not going to get home on time. So I actually made us cut through an entire mile of it off trail, and we were just running and running and running. And eventually we had made it back on trail following my little GPS map on my iPhone 7 with like 5%. And we kept walking and walking and walking, and eventually we accidentally passed the bridge that took us to our car. So without Zane looking around and observing our situation, we would have been stuck out there all night, and he was planning survival mode. Like, he was thinking we were gonna have to find a little cave or something to hide in until the morning so that we could find the car, because it was seriously getting dark. I'm so grateful that it didn't come to that, and it was definitely a testament to our faith. We ended up finding the car right as the first drop of water hit my face, and we made it back to our tent safely. Ended up just getting right in bed because we were so cold, so tired, so sore, and eating beef jerky for dinner. I will never forget that. That is something that I will tell my children. Even though that situation was really difficult in the moment, we both look back at it and laugh so much. Just like we laughed about the hike that we tried to do the other day. Because boy, it was humbling. So I just went to shower after doing Zane's hair. That shower was awesome, but unfortunately, I realized that I left my shower stuff in there the night that we went on the really big hike, and I was super disoriented, and someone took it or threw it away. So I'm gonna have to go and buy some more conditioner and a new soap box, which is unfortunate, but you know what? It could be worse. I am going to do my eyebrows because I let them grow out a lot, because the last time that I did them, I accidentally plucked too much off, and the shape just kept getting thinner and thinner and thinner. I can usually do a pretty good job on my eyebrows if I take a lot of time to do it, so that's what I'm gonna get done now. Here's the before. So when you are plucking your own eyebrows, you wanna follow the line of your brow up to your peak and then follow that back down, and you want it to be a full straight line. I usually start with the bottom because it's easier to create the shape, and then you make the top follow along the way. It's a line and a line. You don't want wavy brows. At least I don't want wavy brows. And also, since I have a scar in this eyebrow, it makes shaping it a little more difficult, but I used to have brow techs do it, and sometimes they would just be a hit or miss, and then that's when I realized I could actually do a better job on my own because I can take my time. And I also don't like those brow techs that shave down your brow hair, because then it just grows back so much faster. Like, I'm just gonna pluck what I can. I've got my mirror right here, and I've never done it this way. I don't know why I've never just sat here and pulled the mirror out like this. This is so smart. You always want to start lower than where you need your line to be, because you can always pluck more off, but you can't put the hair back in. Alright, so I finished my wonk brow. This is my wonky brow, and I tried my best to make the lines as symmetrical as possible. My scar makes it difficult. So now I just have to try my best to make this eyebrow as symmetrical to this eyebrow as I can. Alright, here's the after. I tried my best, y'all. I really did try my best. This scar makes it extremely difficult to get them even. But you know what? Sisters, not twins. But it beats having to go and pay $15 to $30 to get them done by somebody else. And plus, it's just hair, so it'll all grow back. On the menu tonight, we're doing meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and a vegetable. Honestly, the primetime comfort food for me, and it's pretty easy to make. I do love me some good homemade mashed potatoes, and you just start by chunking those up into pretty big chunks. They can be as big as you want for mashed potatoes, because all I gotta do is boil. And being on a single income means saving our money in any way that we can. So lately I've just been using half a pound of beef for every meal. I'm really trying to see how far I can stretch expensive things like meat. So to make this meatloaf, I put in a boatload of breadcrumbs and an egg, and then you just mix and mix and mix until that's all incorporated. And when I am making my meatloaf, I actually like to make it thinner because it cooks a lot faster that way, and I probably should have added the seasoning in beforehand. The biggest life hack that I've learned with cooking meatloaf is that you can just use regular pasta sauce as the sauce. Another easy thing you can add into your sauce for meatloaf is brown sugar. I didn't do it this time, but if you were looking for more of that country style, sweeter taste, then that would be perfect for that. And then adding parsley on the top is just a nice touch. Make your food with love, add all the nice touches that your heart desires just to feel good about what you're eating and what you're feeding yourself. Butter is another thing that I'm stretching, and I really noticed the difference between this cheap Walmart butter and that Kerrygold's butter. Oh my gosh, was I spoiled before. The only thing that I regret from this pot of mashed potatoes is that I didn't add any sour cream in when I was mashing it up. I accidentally added a lot of milk, so there wasn't really any more liquid space for me to add sour cream. Probably could have if I wanted to, but I just love the flavor that it adds to it. Otherwise, just add your milk, your butter, your sour cream, your seasonings, and boom, there you go. I love this meal because I felt very healthy while also eating comfort food. Tonight was a very nice night and there was a rainbow behind our RV. Life is good. Now we're eating this gigantic trough of cereal. For context. I had a slower start to my day today, and I'm starting to realize that as long as I keep doing the things that are good for me, it doesn't matter exactly when I do them. I used to be the type of person that was like, if I'm not doing my inner work and my journaling and my stretching every single morning, then I am failing at life. And I really learned to give myself grace and move past that, because it doesn't really matter when you do the stuff that you know you're supposed to do for yourself, as long as it gets done. Tonight we decided to go out down by the water and stretch and breathe and just take in this beauty before we leave. We're not really going to get this seclusion and peace that we feel at this spot at the next spot, because the next spot is going to be more so city living. I'm learning that RV life just comes in different phases. Like, you have to learn to appreciate the moment exactly where you are, because it will be gone. You will go to a different park, you will see different scenery, and that's the whole point about it. It's the importance of learning to let things go and let things flow. One thing you guys may not know about me is I seriously used to practice contortion every single day, to a point where I was able to do full back bends in lunges. I look at those pictures now and I'm just amazed at myself, amazed at the depth that I could get my body into. It's been feeling kind of difficult to get myself back into that space. I don't know what kind of drive I had to be able to do those things at the age that I was, but I hope that I get back into that piece of myself. I've been slowing a lot down with my stretches and my physical fitness, but honestly, maybe my body has just needed a break. Tonight for dinner, we are having sheet pan hamburgers, broccoli, and mac and cheese. I do it this way just because it's so much easier for me, and I feel like I don't have to just stand there and watch the patties and flip them. Even though it takes a little longer, I like the relaxed vibe of it. And you know, with a great dinner comes a great dessert. Tonight I am making brownies, because we bought a few boxes of them because we're trying to save money, and it's cheaper to just get the box instead of buying any pre-made desserts, obviously. So I whipped that up in my kitchen. I love my SpongeBob shirt too. I got it for like $5 on the clearance rack at JCPenney's. It's like a 5X. The days following that ridiculously long hike have led to really peaceful and relaxing days where I'm also getting a lot of stuff done. I'm feeling a lot less trapped in my body. I felt a lot of tension being moved through me, and I'm extremely grateful for that because I was starting to feel just a little trapped, a little sticky, a little stuck, and I don't like that feeling. I like to keep everything moving. I like to feel young. I like to use my body because you gotta use it or else you're gonna lose it. The kitties were definitely happy to see us back home after that long day gone, and I am just so grateful to be home. Here's my beautiful dinner, and thank you, friend, for sticking it till the end, and I'll see you next week.